Hey, how y'all doing? First thing I need to do is explain the hat. Hey, I need a hat at home. This is the hat I usually wear outside. Well, not usually, but if I'm going somewhere, I don't know what's going on. And it says, feelings are fleeting, felonies are forever. Breathe. In other words, you can make mistakes, you can make problems, and it appears to me, maybe this is a personal thing, that the public at large has gotten awfully cranky and are looking for a reason to go off. So I'm trying to assuage people as I walk around. And the second reason is I have lost my mind with respect to the scissors. Just I'm gonna have to like tattoo my skull, my scalp dark brown, so I just don't look like, you know, I'm losing all my hair. Ain't that right, Decker? But anyway, I got good girlfriends who just won't let me mess up without telling me about it. And I had two of them make a similar call in a short time frame. Now listen, when you got two people you trust telling you the same thing in the same time frame, you need to check your program. See, now one person says something to me, I consider it. I consider everything because I'm not afraid of. My mother used to tell me, you got to know how to take a hit, and that way you'll never get insulted. If someone says to you, well, not never get insulted. Sometimes uh, you you get forestalled, but you don't get insulted. And she says somebody says something to you about you. First of all, you have to ask yourself, is it true? If it's true, then he's done you a favor and you need to just keep it moving, no matter what his motivation was. And number two, uh, if it isn't true, I cannot stand this technology stuff. Why balloons? I don't understand. But anyway, number two, maybe I shouldn't do that. Number two, if they're wrong, then it's irrelevant. Unless the person is someone you're dealing with that you've got to deal with and you need to correct that impression. But then again, that's another good thing because now you know what the misimpression is and you can deal with it on that level. Like if it's your boss or somebody who had labels of criticism, you know what they're saying and you can figure it out. It's not you're less than. And I got my mother was very much that person. She used to say, pick at yourself. You know, I'm always picking at myself. Well, I could do that better. Well, I could do this better. I could do that better. And I try to improve along. Last couple of years, you know what's been going on with me, and I've been putting out a lot of fires. Can I say this to wives and husbands and significant others? Make sure you know everybody's financial, economic, social business. I mostly knew his, but don't bury your head in the sand as the non taking care of something person. And don't say, oh baby, I got it. Don't worry your little head about it. Because odds are, if the statistics are right, she's gonna outlive you. And she needs to know where her stuff is. Where all the stuff is. Just saying. I knew where most of mine was, but he was my accountant. That's what sent me into the stratosphere. But anyway. Oh, and to the people who say, when are you going to stop talking about him? Never. He was my life for 30 years. What am I going to do? Pretend like it didn't happen? Pretend like I didn't learn the stuff I learned when I'm with him? What am I going to do? He lives here. And here. So, whatever. But anyway, I'll tell you about my girlfriend. See, like, they both called me about two different issues, but it implicated the same problem. The one yesterday called me up and she was saying things to me. And then I said things to her and she said, but you, and I said, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. And then I said, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done that. Or, you know, and I told him I was sorry. And finally she said, Lynn, if you don't stop apologizing. And I said, I'm sorry, I do apologize a lot. I mean, it was just habit. So she said, look, if you so, and I said, I'm sorry, I know I just said that, but it's a habit, it's a habit. She says, if you say I'm sorry one more time in this conversation, I'm going to hang up on you. About 2 minutes later, I said I was sorry about something. She went, bap, just hung it up. Bap. As you can tell how old I am, because that's what hanging up was much more fun in the day. When you could bang down that receiver. But anyway, and she called me right back, and we had a great laugh about it. And then we talked about it. And then I had put that conversation together with another conversation I had with a girlfriend of mine, and what I believe. And I love somebody to tell me the truth. Because my mother would tell me the truth. If I didn't love you, I'd let you go out looking like that. She told a girlfriend of mine who went down south for college and got a little chunky. She said, oh, you went down south, got in that heat and rose up like yeast. You ought to do something about it. To me, that read as love. And I love people who really, really know me and don't let me drift off into stupid without at least saying something. So the other girlfriend of mine was like, what are you doing? And I didn't understand what she was saying. She kept saying, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And I didn't understand what she meant. And finally I realized I was doing a whole lot of nothing in a very active manner. I was on the computer a lot, looking at stuff and reading things about this, that, and the other, but I had no purpose. I was using Instacart and DoorDash like I actually had work to do and couldn't be bothered. Just sitting on that couch and happy that I was not in crisis, but slowly sinking in to having no purpose. It was terrible. And when you got girlfriends let you know what's up like that, it's just the most wonderful thing in the world, because you know that they're coming from a good place. So I got that, and I'm happy about it. And here's the thing. I love my mother's idea about insult. That's why I wrote a book about her, because she really believed that if you can control how you feel, you can control what other people do. And if you control how you feel and understand how other people feel, more often than not, you can control the situation. It ain't always true, but it is often true. But the person that you got to check on, whose program you need to check the most often, is your own. And I love it when I'm the source of my problems, because me, I can fix. Me, I can dictate terms to, and I can enlist assistance. This is where you coming in. I'm gonna do the following things in the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna join a women's jujitsu class, because my sons didn't want me to do regular jujitsu, so I found one that's close enough that I will actually drive there. Whether or not I actually do it, I don't know. I'm going to stay with the refugee, but I'm going to find purpose. I tried to find purpose and command. If y'all don't be quiet, you hear him moan. I should have called him Chewbacca, because he moans like a Wookiee. Decker! But anyway, well, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant you to come and sit. But anyway, you can be true to yourself without being glued to yourself. I'm going to get up off the couch. I've done very well with my house. As somebody asked me, because I've spent a lot of money. Not a lot of money, but for me, buying 4 kids to do one house, and I bought all of these tools, and I'm buying furniture, and I'm buying books, and all this kind of stuff. And my son said to me, he says, Mom, for a poor person who was as cheap as you're spending a lot of money on this. And I'm looking at it like it's my vacation. You know, you can spend a couple of $1,000s on a vacation. So if I end up spending $600 on my vacation, that's fine. And this is my vacation. I have purpose. I can putty the wood. I'm gonna buy furniture. I'm gonna gives me something to do. Now it has no value other than it allows me to do something other than sit on the couch and vegetate. I was growing roots on that sucker. He was getting weird. He was getting crazy. But you can always stop and check your program. Just check it. Every once in a while, just lean back. What's happening? What's going on? Is this cool? Is this where I intended to go? Have I got into the habit of doing something? And the reason I started to do it in the first place is no longer there? That's what I do a lot. Habit of getting home. Like staying home was being at home was the win. You know, when I was working, I just got to get home, got to get home, got to get home. And now what am I rushing home for? And why am I refusing to leave? Well, I know why. I'm reclusive. But that does not mean that will define me. That just shows me what fight I got to fight. So I'm fighting that fight, and I'm enlisting your assistance. If I don't do the stuff I say I do, you can talk about me. And I won't mind, because I would have earned it. Y'all have a great day.